talking about using organ transplants to live to be 150, that is so evil to me. I mean, they're treating the rest of us like we're objects. And so, like for their use only, the elitists, it's just ridiculous. It's sickening.
We have special guest with us, Kim Bright, big fan favorite at the Jimmy Dore Show. The viewers love Kim Bright. She's a pioneer in the nutrition industry, an expert in health and wellness, and the founder of Brightcore Nutrition, now in its 27th year. Since the 80s, she's been appearing regularly on nationally syndicated and local radio television programs, educating people on how to optimize their health. Welcome back to the show, Kim Bright.
Hey, Jimmy. Glad to be back.
Well, this is an interesting story I wanted to run past you. So Xi Jinping and Putin were discussing immortality, and their big idea on was organ transplants. Watch this. So at an unnerving conversation between Russian President Vladimir Putin and China's President Xi Jinping was overheard on a live stream broadcast on Chinese state media. Let's watch a little bit more of this. So there they are, as they walked alongside North Korea's Kim Jong-un to view a military parade in Beijing. According to translation, the leaders spoke about immortality and the possibility of humans living 150 years in the future. So Putin's translator says biotechnology is continuously developing. Human organs can be continuously transplanted. The longer you live, the younger you become. And you can even achieve immortality. Some predicted this century humans may live to be 150 years old. Well, that's kind of so their big idea is to help you live longer is to just start doing organ transplants. That's their big idea. Because
it's crazy.
Because right now, here's a headline: global life expectancy has declined for the first time in 30 years.
I know, but talking about using organ transplants to live to be 150, that is so evil to me. I mean, they're treating the rest of us like we're objects. And so, like for their use only, the elitists, it's just ridiculous. It's sickening. But while the rest of us, our life expectancy is declining. I mean, for the first time in 30 years. And it's amazing that in 2014, that's when our life expectancy, the normal people, peaked at 78.8 years, Jimmy. And
yes.
During the next several years, it fell modestly, and then it went tumbling downward in 2020 and 2021. But they want to make it seem like COVID was the reason for the lower life expectancy throughout the 20th century. But the decline happened before COVID. It happened, starting in 2014. So the sharpest decline didn't happen when the pandemic started. It was when they introduced that vaccine.
That's right.
That's what happened.
Excess deaths skyrocketed. We've covered that plenty at this show. And of course, people are making a correlation between those two things. And COVID's no longer a top 10 cause of death. And whether it was ever to be is also debatable, because we've showed you how they misrepresented the numbers on COVID deaths. If you got in a car accident and you had COVID, you were a COVID death.
That's right.
If you had cancer, diabetes, and high blood pressure, and you got COVID, they said you died of COVID.
Yep. And it wasn't COVID. It was the other thing. So they just wanted to amp those numbers up. So I don't think we'll ever know truly what the numbers were. But, life expectancy is definitely not bouncing back the way that we would want to see it if COVID was a primary cause in 2020 and 2021. But when we look at all the complications and premature deaths that have resulted since the COVID vaccine was widely administered, it seems like the likely culprit. Well, but suicide and other things are happening too. So that the vaccinations seem like the culprit.
But of course, we know that they're safe and effective. We know that.
Oh yes, of course.
Yes.
And you get turbo cancer from them too for a lot of people.
That's what some people say. Of course, that's not been confirmed by the CDC or the FDA yet. So
not yet.
I can't. I'll have
Stay
to wait.
tuned.
I'll have to wait for them to come out. But you know what they're coming out with now? Have you heard about this? There's a universal cancer vaccine heading to human trials. Could be useful for all forms of cancer.
Crazy, huh? Again, they're looking at how can we make some money? How can we make more money? What can we do to convince people to take this, everybody to take this? I mean, it's crazy. They're looking again at solving the problem by treating the end result rather than going at what caused this. And, believe me, they're going to try and get everybody to take this. And no matter how hard they're trying, I am telling you, health's not found in a vaccine. Your natural immunity in your gut is superior to synthetic immunity anytime, Jimmy. And you know that 70 to 80% of our immune system's found in our gut. So the other thing too that's found in our gut, Jimmy, is either how quickly we age, or how we can slow it down, and that has to do with our cellular metabolism, because people are actually aging faster than ever before. This is a fact. It's due to having, more toxins in our air that we're breathing, the chemicals in our soil they've been dumping on our food, and other external factors that are new to us, like the vaccines. Those have not been around for a long time. They've only been around for a very short period of time, and they're wreaking havoc on our bodies, aging them faster. And what most people don't know, Jimmy, is that we can actually fight aging on a cellular level.
Well, should I go to this? Let me go to this slide. Anti-aging effects and mechanisms of kimchi during fermentation under stress-induced premature senescent cellular system. So it says the treatment of kimchi exerted anti-aging effect and may delay the aging process by regulation of inflammatory process. And I was just telling you, and I've told our audience before, I take the kimchi. Right now, I don't eat kimchi out of a jar because I'm not a big fan of the taste, but I understand the after I heard RFK talk about how kimchi changed his life because it changed his gut biome, I started to look into it, and so I've been taking it religiously. I take it every day, take 3 of those capsules, and I ran out of it when I was at Chicago. I'm like, oh, how did I not plan this better? So I immediately ordered 3 more bottles with the code Dore. And so tell me about this connection with kimchi.
Well, this study I got so excited when I found this, Jimmy, because what they did, this was done in vitro, which means they took human cells from young people, middle-aged people, and older people, and they put them in the test tubes, and they used hydrogen peroxide to speed up the aging. That's what's accepted when they do these kind of studies. And then they took some kimchi extract and put it in each of those vials where the different aged cells were. And what was amazing was it actually slowed the aging of the cells, no matter if it was a young cell, a middle-aged cell, an older cell. And when you understand that when you slow aging on the cellular level in your body, you're slowing the aging of your tissues, which is the combination of cells. And that ultimately slows the aging in the entire body. I mean, isn't that amazing? We now have proof that kimchi can actually slow the aging of our cells down. And as I dive deeper and deeper into this amazing food, I mean, I've studied foods from all over the world and to find out who's living the longest, why they're living the longest. But it never ceases to amaze me, Jimmy, how many powerful differences in the body that this incredible superfood kimchi can make, this fermented food that's been around for centuries. And let me tell you about another one that's great with kimchi is its antimicrobial properties. Most people don't understand that as you age, you're going to be more susceptible to viruses and you get sick more often. Most people don't understand that they have fungus in their body, like candida, also called thrush. They have parasites that will infest them and cause symptoms that you're not even aware of the cause. And viruses attacking you, bad bacteria. And kimchi is documented in so many different studies and has been shown time and time again to power and battle all these little evil microbials, these critters, naturally ineffective, because so many people kill off their good microbiome with antibiotic use. And that's a downward spiral because antibiotics kills off all the good guys and the bad guys. But kimchi doesn't have that side effect. It only will kill the bad guys.
So, as I am very happy to have you as a supporter of the show and a sponsor because I take your products. I love the kimchi. Like I just said, I religiously take that every day. And, because I'm getting older, so I care more about my health. And so as you have less time in your life, you want to maximize your health. So, like my friends are getting into their retirement ages and people keep working and then they retire and then their health goes to the pot and they don't get to enjoy their retirement. So I want to stay as healthy as I can for as long as I can. And
you're so smart, Jimmy. So smart. I wish more people realize that.
So, tell people about. So I take it's called Kimchi One, and it's from Brightcore. And you want to tell people about it?
Well, sure. Why we created Kimchi One is to give people the convenience without the taste that you were talking about, or the odor, or the mess of making it themselves. And because it's important that you take it daily, you have to battle all of the onslaught of the viruses and the bad bacteria and all of these things coming into your body on a daily basis. You don't just take this once in a while. Keep that gut healthy. You have to do this every single day. And so this is a convenient way to get it into your gut every day. And there are so many people, Jimmy, that are on low sodium diets that like kimchi but can't eat it because it's so high in sodium. So we virtually have no sodium, unlike the store-bought kimchi in the capsules. So that's helped a lot of people that love kimchi but can't eat it because of the salt. And I'll tell you, we've helped so many people with their digestion, their regularity. They're not bloated or constipated. They don't have gas coming out both ends. And people tell us their immunity's changed because they used to get sick a lot. They're not getting sick as much, or they're not getting sick at all anymore. And there were a lot of people that couldn't budge their weight, no matter what they did. And they didn't want to take, the drugs. They wanted something natural. And now they're seeing their body mass index go down. They're seeing their waistlines reduced, and they're actually losing that stubborn weight that they couldn't lose. And let me tell you about this one guy. He's a Navy veteran that we've helped, and Walter's his name. He's 73 years old and living in Des Moines, Iowa, and he's been struggling with diabetes for years. And he's also dealt with chronic inflammation nonstop. He's tried everything to fix his issue, Jimmy, but until he started taking Kimchi One, that's when he told us he experienced real changes. And his digestion got smoother, the bloating eased, his sugar cravings vanished. He was able to normalize his blood sugar. This is huge with a diabetic because he was taking a big roller coaster ride up and down all the time with his blood sugar highs and lows. And what amazed him the most was just how much mobility he got back in his hands, because his hands were seizing up and he couldn't really use his hands much. And he's not in pain anymore. And he's even riding a bicycle, which is one of his favorite things to do. And then we've got so many inspiring stories, but there's a lady also that we were working with, Janice, 64 years old, from Amarillo, Texas. And she believed, because she's getting older, that this was a normal thing to have constant fatigue, constant brain fog, and she had no energy. So she was drinking just unbelievable amounts of coffee every day and hardly any water, which she was just getting dehydrated like crazy. And that's not good for you. But after we learned about the extent of her problems, we recommended Kimchi One. And just in a few weeks was remarkable change with her. She woke up every morning refreshed, jumped out of bed instead of dragging herself out of bed. Her energy stayed steady all day. And the best part that she told us was she has natural energy. She can actually attend meetings now and retain what they're telling her in the meetings and retain her focus. And she feels younger. And she's got a lot of people telling her how great she looks. The puffiness in her face is gone. And so it was like a reset button for her, she said. And not just for her gut, but for her whole body and mind.
Well, again, I'm thrilled to, bring this to our our audience because I personally take it. I personally swear by it, and we have a special offer for our audience, right? For the kimchi. Here it is.
Definitely.
You get 25% off with the code DORE, DORE. I actually used that code just the other day. I used that code. I got 3 bottles.
It works, right?
It actually worked. And you get up to 50% off free shipping, but you got to call. Call 888-253-0418, 888-253-0418. Or you go to mybrightcore.com/door, mybrightcore.com. And but it's better to call, right, Kim?
It's better to call because we love to educate people. We want to make sure that this is right for you. And who knows, you may have other things that you want to discuss with us and ask us questions that going online, you're not going to be able to do that. So plus we incentivize you, get up to 50% off, free shipping, and first 100 callers are going to get a free bottle of our vitamin D3, and we've put K2 in it. So
that's important.
I take
vitamin D3 every day, of course, for my bones, but the K2 actually helps it activate, right?
That's right. And also helps keep your arteries cleaned out. And K2 is wonderful and lacking in most people's diets. So to get that free bottle of vitamin D3 plus K2, call right now, 888-253-0418. And first 100 callers, we're going to give that to you.
And it's always great to talk with you, Kim. I really appreciate you supporting our show. We tell the truth there, so that puts a target on our back. And, thanks to Palantir, they're trying to put that target on our front. But it's nice to have people like you support the show with a product that I can believe in. So I really appreciate that, Kim.
Well, we appreciate you. Keep telling the truth. That's what we're about too. So the truth will out in the end.
Okay. All right, Kim. Great to talk to
Jimmy.
you. We'll see you.
You too.
See you next time. Come see me on tour in Hermosa Beach, Sacramento, San Francisco, Melbourne, Australia, Sydney, Australia, Brisbane, Burbank, California the day after Thanksgiving, and Pottstown, Pennsylvania. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.